meaningful solutions. Our aim today is to encourage you to see not just the issues, but the possibilities within them, to envision a Gozo that leads by example in sustainable practices and waste reduction. As we embark on this event, I urge each one of you to engage wholeheartedly, listen, collaborate, and don't hesitate to think beyond traditional boundaries. Together, let us work towards a cleaner, greener, and more sustainable Gozo. Thank you, and I look forward to an inspiring evening ahead.
Thank you, Michael, for that warm welcome. We also look forward to an inspiring evening. I would now like to invite Miriam Toma, CEO of Agencia Zaza, to make her introductory remarks.
So good evening, President Michael Gallia, and good evening, colleagues, and good evening, young people. First of all, thank you for inviting me here. I know that this is part of a collaboration, but collaborations don't always work as good as this one. I mean, this is a good collaboration which has been working for 6 years now, and it's a collaboration which we really have at heart as Agencia Zaza, because it is something unique that we're doing in Gozo. So, I mean, it is really something that we really enjoy doing, we really enjoy collaborating, and we really enjoy participating in this initiative. As we were hearing, and as I have just said, collaboration is the key here. I mean, part of our policy at the agency is really collaborating with others. And this is a way on how to collaborate, because we're experts on young people, but we're not experts on everything. So the idea when you're working with young people is to try and find niches, and this is a particular niche where we are collaborating with the experts, the Gozo Business Chamber, and of course the other collaborators which followed, to make such initiative possible, to empower the young people, young Gozitans, and even Maltese young people. I mean, the idea is to try and extend and get more young Maltese people here and come up with ideas for Gozo, for them to come really with an initiative. I mean, there's no need to explain again what this project is about. We heard the presenter, we heard Michael, but really to come up with an initiative for Gozo. But one thing I also would like to point out is that throughout the process, these young people are not learning only how to come up with an initiative, this time is waste management, but also they're learning also other skills which ultimately they will use in their lives and in their careers. I mean, they have definitely learned how to work in a team. They have definitely learned how to challenge themselves. I mean, when we listen to the word enterprise means really undertaking something which is really challenging, bold, and risky. So definitely these are the skills that these young people have learned throughout, besides thinking creatively and trying to come up with something so that they would win the competition today. So I'm looking forward to listen to the young people, to listen to these ideas. I also encourage the young people to tell other young people to participate next year, because this is how these projects grow. It's the young people themselves who have to be our ambassadors for our next year project. And therefore, I wish you luck. I'm looking forward to listening, and I'm also looking forward to see whether we can also get ideas on what we can implement next. So thank you very much. Thank you for all those who have been working on this, the Gozo Business Chamber and the Agency Azaza Gozo. I mean, there are the youth workers here who have been embarking on this project and have been working on the project together with their manager, who also has this at heart and also travels every year to Gozo to really participate in the last event. So thank you, and have a good evening, and let's enjoy it. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Toma, for your intervention. I now invite our panel of judges to please take a seat at the front. Now I leave you to the first pitch of the night. I invite Maria Catania. She will be presenting her idea, Gozo Green Exchange. May I remind all contestants that you have 10 minutes to present your pitch. Another 10 minutes will be allocated to the panel of business experts for them to make their questions. Thank you.
Good evening. So, my name is Maria Catania. I would like to thank you for this opportunity. Today I'm going to present the Gozo Green Exchange. So, everyone knows that there is a problem regarding the environment and the waste. So, these are that people are throwing away perfectly usable items, and they are buying new ones to replace them. And landfills are being filled with these items. So the solution is that maybe to have this in a waste reduction at an affordable, good for the community, and also to impact the environment. So the concept of this solution is based on having, the idea is having a donation center that items are being donated and they are receiving points in the return, where these items are being repaired or refurbished in either where they need to be, and then they are sold for goods, like sold to the community and at affordable items. So the key feature is having the donating center, having the repair and refurbished workshops and eco-friendly retail stores, having also the revenue generation for sustainability, and for future ideas is the education programs and workshops. So the benefits are waste reduction that are at an affordable price, as I mentioned before, and that it will give more skills and more people to be employed. So how it works. So a donor comes to donate the item. They are giving points. The item is refurbished or repaired, and it is being sold. What type of items am I mentioning? These are furniture, electronics, clothing and textiles, household goods, and sports equipment. And potential partners can be the local government and governmental agencies, business and retailers, community groups and schools, and recycle centers. So, what are the marketing opportunities? So, demand for sustainability. So, these are rising demands for eco-friendly products, which provides refurbished and upcycling items. Second is growing circular economy, contributes to the circular economy by keeping products in use longer, by reducing their life cycle. Affordable alternatives, so these are by refurbishing. They will rise the living cost and consumers look for the alternative affordable side. Support from government and environmental agencies, these increase focus on waste reduction and sustainable. And it will also create job opportunities for everyone, so, like repairers, carpenters, and electronicers. So the business model is that it is donation-based system. So the individuals donate unwanted items, then they are given points. Then the refurbishers, it will refurbish the item for extended life cycle and the new products, lowering the environmental impact. It will also be an eco-friendly retail store, so refurbished goods are sold at affordable prices and for local communities. By this revenue, the sales will be refurbished, more items can be brought in, they can be fixed and resold. And as I said, for future education programs, for it to be a DIY repairs, upcycling, and everything. So, from the earlier success in donations, strong local interest in donating unwanted items. These are initial operations in a rented garage or anything that can be found. Then, as I said, the plot operation. Then community engagement. So the community is asked to bring their items over instead of throwing them in the waste field. These items are harming the environment, and being that not a lot of these items are produced in the Maltese and Gosden Islands, they cannot, they are being transported here. Partnerships and supports earlier discussed with maybe governments and environmental groups, potential partners with schools, and as I said, revenue generation and future growth for it to have a permanent building, for it to even have transportation vans, so the donors can also call and people can go for them and giving them more liability for more items to be brought. So, the incentive donation is for them to actually bring the items, for them to have more the raising of awareness of what is happening with these by asking the community to bring them, even promoting it in schools and everything. Regarding by starting with the garage, then all of the investment items, all of the investment money can be brought to reinvest it after. And also marketing. If the population, the community does not know about what's happening with throwing away good items, they won't help in keeping the environment more clean. So the competitors are local second-hand stores, those that are selling items, but they are not repairing them, so they are just selling the items. Recycle centers, which they call, and they just collect the items and they recycle it. Charity shops and online marketplace. people can do it from their own home. They put it online and tell them, here, I have this item, I want to sell it, and according. The unique value is having the competitive edge from all competitors is that combines the donation, the repairs, and the resales under this business model. It also has the points-based system, and also for further considerations and education workshops for people to actually know and learn how something can be actually repaired, something small or everything. So from the financial aspects, these are based from other startups. We can see that in total, it is for it to start, it's about 18,000. And from revenue projections from year to year, it increases by 30,000 each time. From cost projections, it increased 20,000 per year. We are looking forward to 3 years till now. From the first year, we are looking at rent, wages, utilities, and repair materials. From the second year, we are looking at expansion and costs. And third year, we are looking at transportation van and larger production inventory. And in total of the cost projection and the revenue, we have 10,000 profit in the first year, and every year it increases by 10,000. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria, for your pitch. I now invite the panel to make their questions. May I please remind you that you also have 10 minutes. Thank you.
All right, it's working. Thanks for the presentation. I think it's a good idea, and also your delivery was good. The idea also fits, I think, very well with an issue that we are facing as an island, and will be facing more in the coming years, mirroring the socio-economic development of the island. So it fits very well with addressing an issue that we have. I have some questions and some comments. So I haven't really understood the idea behind the points, because if I recall well, you said those that bring stuff to be repaired are giving points, and you haven't, in my opinion, explained why and to what use these points will be put. And another question or another issue is with the repairing of goods, because to repair some goods, you need a certain level of skills, or you know what you're doing. And I think in that area, the business model might face some pressures, because it's difficult to find skills workers to carry out such work. And another thing that I wanted to say is also the difference between your model and second class, for example, not second class, those charity shops and second-hand shops and stuff like this. So I think you should also explain a little bit where your model fits in, and the advantages that your business model has over your competitors, so to put it.
For the first part of the points-based system, so the donors are given points, and then in the future they can come to the store or whatever it's going to be, and they can buy items with them. For the second part, yes, I know it's going to be hard to find people to actually refurbish and repair those stuff, but there are a lot of people that are going abroad to find these type of jobs because there is very limited. And if we can target those to not go abroad and actually stay, it can actually help even building more of a community, being that the workers are going to be also from part of the community. The items are to be, if they are at a state that they cannot be repaired, they can still be kept and can be used also for spare parts for other items. The third question was, can please?
The third question was about the advantages that your model or your business idea has over its competitors, for example, second-class shops and stuff like this.
So the advantage is that the items that they are actually buying are actually checked by professionals or whatever you can call them, and they are good in the sense that they are being repaired and not, you don't know what you're buying from other stores, if it actually works, if it is actually, I don't know, torn or has holes in it. You don't have that time to check it or put it to the electricity and check if it works.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation and for answering our questions. Well done for also being here. So well done for the initiative. A couple of questions I had. First of all, about the points. You could possibly explain it in the presentation and also open it up to other shops, for example, that they get rewards from other shops. Something I wanted to also bring up and as well in line with the previous question on the business model, it will be difficult to find people to repair and the costs will start going up. Maybe give us a bit of an explanation as to, first of all, why this idea would be targeting Gozo. Sort of, was there any particular reason why it is Gozo oriented, or did you do any research of the situation in Gozo? And this leads me to another point, that potentially to start reducing the difficulty of finding people is to identify where there's a bigger gap in the market of people throwing out things and needing and wanting second-hand, to focus on a specific item rather than be furniture, electronics, clothes, and be everything for everyone, which is a bit difficult to find people who can do that and be available. To identify a niche, so do some more research to identifying what is available and what people want, so that you can focus, maybe be the place for furniture, or be the place for electronics, be the place for kitchen appliances, whatever it is. So that would be my suggestion, or maybe you already did some research on identifying that particular niche and why Gozo.
So regarding to why Gozo, we can say that there isn't an airport here, so you can say that transporting items to be sold is being very difficult, being that you need to transport it to Malta, then from Malta you need to bring it to Gozo. So it's actually having more transportation than it needs to have. And being that it is why Gozo, because everyone is like a community, everyone knows everyone. Not like, I don't know, Malta from my end, it's if people come to talk to me, I don't know them, I don't talk to them. I believe here it's much more than a community, everyone talks to everyone, everyone passes from the same places. So being that it is a small island, everyone can, I don't know if the garage is based in Rabat, everyone needs to pass from there at one point or a time. So being that one takes something, put it in their car, and then while driving they stop by and just give it and donate it, I believe that could actually work for Gozo.
Thanks for the presentation, and I liked the fact that you thought of adding the value, the idea behind it, that you're not just selling second-hand things, but you're sort of like, where possible, repairing them and also upcycling. I have a couple of questions. The first one, and you made reference even when it comes to competitors. How are you planning to promote yourself, and why they should bring stuff to your enterprise rather than take it to civic amenities or charity shops? And the other thing, it relates a bit to what my colleague says. Are you planning to be accepting every kind of item, or are you going to start off by accepting certain type of items to your shop?
So, with regards to your last question, according to what workers I'm going to find, I'm going to accept the items. So, for example, if I'm going to find an electrician, I'm going to accept items that can be fixed by the electrician. Items won't be accepted if there is no one to repair the items. Now, regarding to your first question?
First question was more focused on how are you going to market yourself? So people, rather than going to a charity shop or civic amenity, they will come to you to donate.
So by that, the marketing can be like telling the people, one, about the environmental issues that is happening around, and two, telling them that they are also benefiting them. That's why the point system is brought up, so that in the future they can actually buy items if they want to. We're not forcing the person to buy from us. Thank you.
Thank you. I would now like to invite George Abela. He will be presenting his speech, Living in the Digital Era. Thank you and good luck.
Hello, good evening. First of all, I'm George Abena, and I'm very proud to be here tonight presenting my proposal, WTG, Waste to Gold. I admit it wasn't easy getting to this point since I did it only in a span of 2 weeks' time. I also admit that I couldn't lose this amazing opportunity since it's a unique opportunity to make a proposal that can contribute to a greener, cleaner, and more sustainable Gozo. Living in the digital era. As we are living in the digital era, one cannot imagine today's society without any technological advancement. Thus, with this high demand due to this technological era, many financial and other companies that have to do with this technological advancement have made billions of products worldwide, therefore producing mass e-waste globally. Consequently, millions of these end up in waste facilities each year, contributing to 2.7% of the world's waste globally. That's throwing 800 laptops or any other electronic device per second, which is utterly mind-blowing. It is estimated globally that only 12.5% of this e-waste is recycled through these type of facilities. And the rest obviously is thrown and discarded away illegally, which contributes to hazardous and toxic consequences. These toxic and hazardous consequences can affect not only human health, but can destroy totally our natural environment. Even climate change, it plays a major role in climate change due to the destruction of the natural environment. The electronic waste is considered hazardous, contributing to the 70% of the world's toxic waste. But the real question is, how is Gozo affected by this challenge? Every global reality has its effects also on the Maltese Islands and here in Gozo. And here are some proven examples on how e-waste directly affecting our environment, which ultimately result to health-related problems. First of all, it causes air pollution. Every year, the number of respiratory infections and other health issues regarding respiratory system, for example, lung cancer, asthma, and even hay fever, are increasing drastically, especially here in Gozo and even Malta. Second of all, contamination of our underwater reservoir and drinking water, which is very concerning for us Maltese people, since we are literally destroying our only water source. Third, soil contamination. Every year we are experiencing tree and vegetation dying due to poor soil. And last but not least, even seawater contamination, where fishermen state that seawater contamination is contributing to less fish fertilization and also contaminated sea species to our Gozitan consumers. They even state that they never seen such massacres that they see today when they go fishing and see schools of fish floating dead on the surface. All these examples I just stated are proven, and if the e-waste system and management here in Gozo is not addressed with its full attention needed, in my humble opinion, we are heading to a point of no return. The Maltese Islands footprint, when compared to other large countries, is quite relatively small. And this is even more concerning, since it's just a matter of time until the water table, our natural resource of water, the soil as well as the sea, are fully contaminated. What are the main biggest sources of e-waste in Malta? And how many waste is generated in Malta and Gozo? Common sources of e-waste include televisions, computers, mobile phones, and any other type of home appliance, ranging from conditioners, children's toys, washing machines, and many more. Real waste generations in Malta and Gozo. According to the official statistics published by the National Statistics Office in Malta, the NSO, the total generation of solid waste in Malta during 2022 amounted to 2.6 tons, increasing by 4.4% when compared to 2021. Hazardous waste increased by 6.1%, or 2,624 tons. In 2022, it was already clear that the most significant increase in waste generation was the hazardous waste related to e-waste. This proposal is centered mainly on waste reduction. Therefore, it will contribute to a greener and more sustainable Gozo. A proposal in which Gozitans are invited in order to collaborate to transform a global challenge into regional pride. It's being proposed to create a public information campaign, industrial zone where e-waste is collected and separated, the creation of the first Gozo precious metal refinery. The public information campaign is where we enhance awareness and education, educate the public on e-waste disposal's importance and risks, promote awareness of collection and recycling options, engaging the general Gozo public, create accessible collection points, establish convenient and accessible collection spots for e-waste throughout the country, retail stores or designated zones, simplifying the process to dispose of their electronic waste responsibly. Industrial zone where e-waste material is collected and separated. Application with the Malta Industrial Parks to provide industrial space in Gozo where e-waste is disposed. Purchasing of machinery and equipment, which include, first of all, waste disposable machines, electric vehicles to collect waste and dispose, machinery to be used to separate hard metals from plastics and other unwanted materials. Provide also training and capacity building, delivery training and capacity building programs for workers engaged in the e-waste management needed. Foster also collaboration between public and private sectors, where we